don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball, man. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum, all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state prop you looking bleak now? I was home to sleep, designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find it, so she fishing. Who the crew? It wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it down.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thanks, Coach. Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
There's Nick Foles ready to bring out this Jacksonville offense. Nick was the MVP of Super Bowl 52, of course. Signed the big money deal to take over as a starting quarterback following the 5-year run of Blake Bortles, who wound up in L.A. They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Leonard Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
This is Fournette. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but
the Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Darius Leonard in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. That comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Here's the second year back out of NC State, Nyheim Hines. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And an alley to run. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
Let's get a little bit bigger light shined right here because we're talking about 2 guys. Cornerbacks Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boye. Maybe the best tandem in the NFL. Both physically able to dominate receivers. They're textbook examples of shutdown corners. Collectively, they allowed only 2 touchdowns the entire 2018 season.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. This is taken at the 23. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. As you see the season totals, barring a really great effort today, Charles, probably going to fall a little bit shy of 1,000, but still he's had some moments this year.
Plenty of them for him to be in this spot right now. And I don't know about you, but I'm betting that the head coach spent this entire week playing a little bit of a mind game with him.
How so?
You go by him in practice, you go by him in the locker room, and you keep muttering like, yeah, it's been a pretty darn good year. It's not going to get to 1,000, but, you know, been a good year overall, and see if that motivation increases his production. And if you're able to do that, it increases your chances of winning as well.
We're going to find out. It's possible. On second down, here's Fournette. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Darius Leonard, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention. He deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you got a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 40, 20, 10. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Hines. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 9 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This is Hines. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Now on 2nd and 13. Foles. He's got the hook up with Conley.
That's it, baby. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Foles. This is Jeff Swain, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of 2 there, second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second and 12, Foles. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Keelan Cole, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go!
As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2? And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Calais Campbell, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. So they wind up throwing it against your advice, but the result's still a 4th down.
Well, it did turn out to be a safe throw. And you know how sometimes coaches talk about using short passing game as a run? Essentially, that's what they did there. Now they can kick it away.
Taking it about the 16.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Foles. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Darius Leonard, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. After the sack on first down, Foles. And the pressure gets to him again. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. 13 games going on here in this final Sunday of 2019, the final Sunday of the regular season. 3 more games still to come following us. Raiders, Broncos, Cards, Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then we'll know the 12 teams who will continue on into the playoffs starting next Saturday here on EA Sports. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
To throw is Brissett, and that will be incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Out to Cole on the right side. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Colts getting ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
He's going to into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. So we've come upon half. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Staying on the ground with Mack. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Hines. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Jags grab it. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season, with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed, because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Brissett on first down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Paris Campbell. That'll bring up second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
To throw, Brissett. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here's Brissett. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Back to throw here. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. Touchdown, Jaguars. Austin Safarian Jenkins. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I-formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything. Block, run, and catch. Beautiful connection for a touchdown.
Lambeau on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On second down, it's Hines, and he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he connects with Ebron. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. Brissett eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yannick Ngakoue, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And he's going to go down again. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. It's third and long for Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play. Yeah,
you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. That they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Darius Leonard was sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, 79 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Well, not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Ronnie Harrison, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Now the ball comes loose, and the Colts pick it up. Fight, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
From the shotgun, it's Bissett to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Here comes the ball.
Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Time now for the Indianapolis defense to come back on the field. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Armstead. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Touchdown, Jaguars! D.D. Westbrook with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory, like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Brissett sets to throw it. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Brissett. Looking for Campbell downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And in the air once more, it's Brissett. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 6 on the dump-off, but it'll bring up a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
That's it, baby.
Any return we get you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just 1 kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Rip left, rip left. Deuce, 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 deuce. Here we go.
They'll run on 2nd down with Blue. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Jags, the win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Colts, this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-12 campaign. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Up it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They try to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working